Hey guys, Brian Hill with The Complete Combatant. Big treat for you today. You don't have to look at me, you get to look at firearms. We all love that. I get a lot of questions about how to travel with guns. I've had a couple hundred trips to really work this out, and as everything in my life, I see it as a game and something I need to win. And that means I need to manage the people involved. So, first and foremost, download the rules for TSA and your airline. They do differ. I fly Delta mostly, so my experiences will be relative to Delta, but every airport I interact with is also different. So this craziness that I'm about to show you has come about because dealing with so many different people that are checking me in. All right, first and foremost, Delta has a policy of 5 pistols or less in a case. All right, TSA has a policy that cert pistols have to be carried like a firearm. Anything that appears to be a firearm has to be case and box. Interesting enough, the CERT magazine has metal inside of it, so inside of a scanner it drives the TSA agents a little bit crazy. Now, you can fly with your magazines loaded per TSA, but I will tell you this, you're going to argue occasionally. Nobody seems to be clear on it, and if that's your jam, and some people do enjoy that, have at it. For me, I make it as easy as possible. So I bought this Condition 1. I carry all these magazines. They're all unloaded, and it makes it nice and easy for me. Okay. I put these chamber flags in here so I never have to pick up the gun. It does tend to make the agents feel much better for the airline. They see that, they see professionalism, and they tend to relax. When I approach them, I tell them my destination, and then I say I have firearms to declare, and how would you like to proceed? Firearms are empty, ammo's in factory boxes, and yeah, I just use the factory boxes because it makes it easier. They feel comfortable with that. Loose ammo will get your bags opened occasionally. You have to be real careful of that. So plastic bagged ammo that's not in a separator tends to drive TSA nuts. So tell them that. I tell them it's less than 11 pounds. And what usually happens is they start to relax because they know at least one of us is pretty sure of what the process is. And I always tell them that I'm making this easy on them and me, and just please let me know what you want to do. Now, I started a new thing where I have this case, and this case is locked up. Okay? And I just use Brinks locks. You can get whatever you want. These are available on the road, and occasionally, twice, my locks have been cut off because they were either unable to get me or they just decided not to call me. Usually after you check it in, they're gonna ask you to wait a certain amount of time, or in Atlanta, you'll walk it to a scanner. No big deal. Those locks are sacrificial, and it's no big deal to me if they get cut off. So I lock up this case, then that case goes inside of this case. That's crazy, I know. But here's the reason for that. I was in an airport that I won't disclose, but I had a soft pistol case in there with a CERT pistol in it, and they almost didn't let me fly because they felt like somebody could reach in here and pull that pistol case out. Now, they don't have the same requirement for rifles. When I fly with rifles, I have a case that's a rectangle. It's collapsible for ARs, collapsible AR stocks, and it doesn't look like a rifle case, and I can get 4 guns in there. So that's no problem, but you're going to open a rifle case in it. But in the airport, I'd prefer not to open this case if I don't have to. So it goes in that hole and sits right there. And when I open this case and take the locks off and I see that locked case, they usually just say, put your orange disclosed ticket on top of it, and then I lock this case. I keep everything well organized so it looks good in there, well prepared. I even use these shackle packs that look like they've been issued from something of authority because everything requires people to relax. I use this camera equipment top so it looks like I'm well organized. I will tell you this bag is almost 70 pounds by the time I get done. This case goes in there. I lock this case, and then I have a nondescript sticker that allows me to see. This is Till Valhalla, which is a veteran suicide prevention group. There's a lot of Pelican cases in the world, especially Pelican Air. 3 types of people carry these. All right, people that carry firearms, people that carry camera equipment, people that carry professional grade tools. So in Atlanta, there can be 5 or 6 sitting right there. So it helps me know which one is mine. It's going to get beat up. This has had 3 years of thrown through TSA and being out. These are the only thing I take to the range anymore because I did take my backpack and I had a different shackle pack like this, and somebody threw one of my unloaded magazines in there, and it was a bit of an issue, a kerfuffle at TSA that I worked through. Tell you the other thing you really want to do a great job when you're flying with firearms: be polite, be courteous. You'll have some strange conversations. You'll have some good conversations. When I flew out of Atlanta, I'm in Pennsylvania right now, I had a lady and she said, "Why are you carrying all these firearms?" She was just in line. I said, "Ma'am, I get to teach fine Americans the right to defend themselves." And she said, "Boy, you're doing the Lord's work. I appreciate it, and carry on." Good attitude gets you a long way. Be ahead of it. Be prepared. Both these bags have air tags in them in places that are hard to find. So it's another tracking device. And Delta also uses the tags that go on the bags. They have a radio transmitter in them, so I know where the bags are at all times. Now, my mileage is going to be very different than some other travelers because I fly out of Atlanta, and I usually only have direct flights. I think sometimes if you have a layover, things can get real dicey. I had one from San Diego to St. Louis, and I did miss my flight. My bag showed up, but we were quite late coming in. I will tell you the process is fairly simple. Go to the Agent Assist, tell them what you need, work your way through it, be well prepared, and you will have very few issues, if any, if you're up to the level of standard. Remember, the more professional you are, the more they tend to relax. So be ahead of the process. Have a good setup. If I was only carrying one firearm, I could cut this down significantly, but thanks to HK, there you go, product placement, in Langdon Custom Works, I get to carry 3 or 4 class saver guns, and I can help people out in class. All right, if you have questions, leave them in the comments. If you have solutions, definitely leave them in the comments. Anything that you've encountered in travel. But remember this, every airport's different. Every single one. I have more problems in smaller airports that have better gun laws than I do in major. I just flew into Baltimore. No problems in and out. But they see a particular type of person there quite a bit flying with firearms, and they don't have much problem. So be ready, be prepared, and as always, measure, refine, and perform. I'm Brian Hill with The Complete Combatant.